Oh, it's funny. You finna walk away. Oh, you finna walk away. You ain't got nothing to say now. Like it's not. You ain't got nothing to say. Stop doing this. Stop walking. Stop playing. Stop trying me. Stop doing this goofy stuff. I'm pregnant. I'm finna forget you.
All right, CO, start the show.
What up, CO Show Podcast. I am your host, CO, and this mic right here is kind of weird.
It's really loud.
We're going to work with it anyway. How y'all doing today, y'all?
Great. How you beautiful people doing?
I was waiting for a goddamn.
Glad you added.
I'm very good. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for no backlash, because I really do be mean.
Oh, here we go.
Leo. She's not accepting compliments today.
Oh, my God. I just said thank you, and now I'm not accepting compliments because I didn't say anything. Here we go. CO, how are you today?
I am pleasant.
We're missing Gigi. CO didn't mention it, but it's okay.
Well, I had to ask you all how you were first. We could get to Gigi's not here today on this episode, but she'll be back next week. She was working.
Per usual.
How was your working weekend?
It really wasn't that busy. You would think it would have been busy with the fight and everything, but it really wasn't that busy. I'm gonna assume everyone was at this BET award thing, because even last night I told you Sunday's like our busiest night. It wasn't too busy.
Maybe they were at the fight.
That was Saturday, no?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Even Sunday last night wasn't big. Like the whole weekend.
But they had the Hawks game last night, right?
Yeah, that too. So I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But this weekend was kind of a fluke. Yeah.
How was your weekend on the Oasis?
I was recovering from oral surgery.
Yeah. I was like, this one left real goddamn fast.
I was like, you're
recovering from oral what?
Surgery.
Okay, well, we're glad Julio's back. He's feeling fine. My head went somewhere else with his words for a second. Anyway, we're going to get right down to it today. I was reading something over the weekend. Talked about a young lady went on a date. Emily went on a date with a guy named Chad. Chad is a law student currently. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chad's father is an attorney practicing currently. Mm-hmm. And Chad went out on a date with a young lady, brought her back to his crib. In Chad's mind, closing time.
Right.
Because on a first date, if you get a woman to come back to your crib 9 times out of 10, I don't really know the numbers.
I was going to say 9 times out of 10. Yeah, that is a stretch, but go ahead.
Well, it depends on who you're talking
thinking
about.
10 out of 10, but
get the fuck out of here.
Oh, he's married.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't even talk to you over there. What are you talking about?
His dates do end 10 times out of 10, probably.
What you did in 92 don't count. Stop it.
I think it was at
really?
Freaknik in 92.
Nigga, we 2 years apart in age.
I was at Freaknik at 11. I'm here to tell you. My uncle took me when I was 11. I will tell you that. Time of my life. Anyway.
Probably got grown kids walking around.
We don't want to know.
That's how I became the fine young gentleman that I am today. Anyway, but yes, Chad took the young lady out, brought her back to the crib. In Chad's mind, as a man thinks, took a girl out on the first day. She agreed to come back to the crib.
Yes, sir.
It's about to go down. Well, Chad unluckily found out that's not the case.
Right.
When I was reading, it actually was about to go down, according to Emily.
Oh, yeah.
But Emily stated that Chad, when he started to take his clothes off, she smelled a very bad stench that just kept growing. She saw a few things that she just did not like. She said he had very bad hygiene. And Chad decided, I'm in law school, I'm going to be a smart ass and show her something. So Chad paid someone to serve her paperwork, and he was basically suing her, a civil suit, for not going all the way with him and having sex with him. He said she was in breach of a contract that they had. And I'm like, hold up, did she sign paperwork?
Yeah, right. What contract?
Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. They didn't talk about that part. But she stated all of those things as to why she didn't. And she said to get around how Chad was trying to sue her, she remembered that Chad said, my dad is an attorney. So she went to his dad and told on him as an attorney. And his dad was like, bruh, knock that shit off.
That's actually pretty genius.
Tinder date.
Good job.
It all started with Tinder.
Right.
Well, he's been married so long, so Tinder wasn't out before he was married.
I didn't use Tinder, but
you didn't?
No, I've never used a dating app in my life. Not
really?
one time. Never. I've never ever used a date. I've never downloaded one. Never used one. Couldn't even tell you what Tinder looks like. None of that.
Well, I have.
They just show up to the spot, huh? with suits on.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm glad you said that. What do you think a guy that Tiffany is going out with looks like? What kind of car do you think he pulls up in?
All right, so
hold on. What is he wearing?
Right.
And where is he taking her? And does he wear cologne? And if he does, what type of cologne?
I don't think any of y'all know me enough to know.
No, I want to know what he thinks
that.
about you.
Oh.
All right, here we go. So he got to be tall based on things I've heard before.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've never seen her. If she's posted a dude that she's into, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say he probably got to have good hair. What they consider good hair. Like I seen one dude on thing. I don't know who dude was, but I was like, man, he got some nice hair, like real long hair. I don't know if that you were throwing a birthday party for a friend or something.
She likes the guys with the long hair.
I think so.
Okay.
Definitely got to work out because she works out. Wear some expensive ass $400 or $500 cologne, whatever that shit is, and probably drives like a muscle type car, Camaro, something like that.
And he's dressed in what?
Let's see, probably slim jeans with a tight ass shirt.
Oh hell no! So you got that wrong.
Julio thinks that you date the modern day
Atlanta
thought.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Is what I just heard.
Cologne,
No.
I'm definitely big on smells.
See?
I feel like
So
all
he got
women
that
are.
right.
Yes.
Expensive.
As far as hair is concerned, previous men I've dated have been bald. My ex-husband has dreads, so that I don't have a preference as long as it's upkept, I guess.
Okay.
But you're still kind of right, Julio, because she married the man with long hair.
All right, there you go.
But I want to know whose party I was throwing that had long hair.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Some brown skin dude with long hair.
Oh yeah, brown, definitely skin tone as long as it's darker than mine, and you got to be this tall to ride this ride. Absolutely.
So Julio, you were pretty spot on.
No, I mean no.
Outside of the hair.
Yeah. The hair and the clothes. The clothes
clothes.
matter immensely. What do you mean? That speaks for a person.
Where did he go wrong? Because
the tight jeans is a no.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just the tight jeans is a no. So I mean, you have your own style. I don't really have a preference when it comes to that either. I can do the guy that is always dressed, and when I say dressed, I mean like business casual, or I can do the guys in sweatpants and a t-shirt. I don't mean that he has any less money than the other one. It's really how you carry yourself. So that's just to me. And then I'm a chameleon, so I can be like this, and I can really, really, really put on. So as long as you can do that with me, then we good.
So Julio, where's he taking her?
First date?
Yeah.
Do
you figure her to be the dinner girl on the first date, or is she like an activity girl on the first date?
I'm going to say a little of both. It could be a spot that serves food but has like a club type vibe to it.
Oh, she wants to go to the club on the first date.
Well, not a club, but like it has a vibe
totally
where they play.
Wrong.
No,
totally wrong.
not a club where they play nice music. They play music where
completely
you got a
wrong,
vibe.
Actually. Absolutely not.
Okay, cool.
I'm like totally against that. Actually, if you ever ask me on a date and there's a section included or any kind of hookah or some shit like that, no, that's not my vibe at all. What are we talking about? There's nothing that we can get to know. Nothing.
Yeah.
Zero. There's no conversation that can be had whatsoever. If there's music blaring, people in my face, hookahs, you know what I'm saying? No, you need to sit. I'm all about activities. I would much rather like go bowling. Something that can show both our personalities.
She did say that before.
Yeah, show both our personalities. I love someone that is really competitive because so am I.
You clearly don't follow her on Instagram.
No, she bowls a lot.
Yes, that's what I said. That's why I don't know you got it wrong.
Right. No,
She bowls
definitely
a lot.
activity girl, but no, I wouldn't do the whole section club. Now that's actually one way to be blocked. Yeah, and for me never to speak to you again.
I was thinking something more along the lines like a boogaloo where you have regular tables.
No,
but they
absolutely
play,
not.
Where they play music.
Absolutely not.
But okay, I got you.
So let me ask you a question. I was sitting here thinking before the show started, and something stupid just crossed my mind. And I wanted to know, and it may be something you've heard, and it may be something you've actually done before you were married.
Okay.
In your dating experience, just moving around with random joints, women, what is the stupidest excuse you feel like you've ever given, like to a woman who feels like she may have caught you in a lie or dating, like when dating or cheating or something like that? And what's the stupidest excuse you've heard?
Oh, I can tell you the stupidest one I heard, and then she actually bought it because she was on speakerphone. So me and my partner, we went to his family, like somebody in his family was getting married in Houston. So I went out there for that. And we was just out at the club the night before or something, just partying. But he had a female friend, and she was only a friend come in town to be his plus one. He told this girl he lost signal because we was on a fucking submarine, and she bought that shit.
How old was she?
We were all in our 20s.
Okay, she's stupid. Anyway.
I was like, what the fuck? Where the fuck are you getting on a submarine at?
So
Like,
Tiff,
seriously, who the fuck ever heard,
That's
I'm getting on a submarine?
so Tiff, what's the stupidest thing you've ever heard?
I can't say I've had one in particular thing that's really stupid, but the one go-to is I was sleeping. No, the fuck you weren't. The I'm sleep or I was sleep thing. For 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. I don't know anyone in Atlanta actually that can sleep for a solid 12 hours that has not looked at their phone at all. Zero.
I just remember being younger, probably like maybe at least 10 years ago. Someone came to my house and she found a condom wrapper.
All right.
And
I know what happened there.
she was like, what is this? I'm like, first of all, we're not in a relationship. That's one. But if you need a reason of what it is and what happened, I'm like, it's really not another woman. It's just really a thing where sometimes I masturbate with a condom.
See,
Oh my
See,
God.
She looked at me like, could this be real?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's stupid shit that I have to get a girl.
so how old were you when you?
I touched about 10 years ago.
Damn.
Just stupid. This is CEO.
I don't know if I would be upset or feel away because for one I know it's a lie or the potential that it could be true. Like which one of the two would I be more frustrated by? This asshole lied to me or this dumb motherfucker's opening up a condoms and jerking off
I
in
don't
a
even remember
condom
who
to
she was, but I just remember whoever it was. I remember her like kind of believing it because she wanted to know more. Like why?
What are the benefits to that? Right.
I don't really know.
Easy
not-
cleanup.
It just
Ah!
it just seemed like
so
a
visual.
yeah, it's too visual. But at the time, it was the
my
quickest
God.
thing that rolled off my tongue
Jesus.
to say in the middle of anything. So I was just like,
Oh, I'm judging you now.
I think you really got that off like 10 years ago.
So did she walk out on you? What happened after that?
I can't remember. I don't even remember who she was. At that time,
But you remember exactly what happened. The lie.
I remember the lie. I just remember saying that to somebody and being like,
That's
yeah,
funny.
that's what I was doing.
That is funny.
I jerked off in the condom.
Oh my God.
Because I remember going into more explanation about it.
Oh yeah, when people are over talking you, know they full of shit. It's like
No,
why
she
would you
asked. I
keep
remember her
talking about this?
asking, like, well, what makes you do that? Like, why would you want to do that? And I'm just like, well, and I can't remember what excuse I used. I just remember me saying it and getting it off
Easy cleanup.
and being believable. I was going to be honest with y'all. But in better news, someone's pregnant. Cardi B and Offset are
Yes.
having a second child.
I
We
heard
want to
this
clap it
weeks
up for
ago.
that.
I heard this a
Yeah.
little while ago already. Yeah.
Well, I don't know Cardi B personally, so I wouldn't know that. I just know she came out with it, I think, yesterday or
Last
something
night,
like
yeah.
that.
I mean, she had to perform for the BET Awards, which she did. She did Saturday Night Live with the same thing, where she came out and she was pregnant. So
Oh, wow.
that's been her thing. So Saturday Night Live, she did for her daughter now, and then BET Awards, she came out pregnant again.
Oh, so she did it when she was pregnant first. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Mhm.
Shouts out to Cardi B and Offset, man. Keep making babies. You got plenty of bread. Just keep bringing kids into this world. Don't be like Nick Cannon, though. Don't go from Cardi B to another girl.
Well, with the whole Nick Cannon thing, you did send us something the other
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So we all know that he has lupus. So he's been in and out of being sick. So lupus, I know, not someone too close to me, but someone that I know, has lupus, and there's random flare-ups. There is no day that tomorrow's not gonna be a good one. There literally is just a flare-up, and then you're down for however long you're down for. So I guess one of those flare-ups happened to be something that was pretty close to death. So whenever he felt like, or he was saying that, I want to bring as much life into this world. I want to live like it's my last, literally, because I really don't know. When you're living that close to death like that and you don't know. So I get both sides. It is shitty to leave children without a father, if he is, God forbid, gone next week. But those children wouldn't be here if he didn't do that. So that it is life. still here on this earth. You know, he did produce, I guess, and he has money. And not saying that would supplement a father's presence, but it's better than being broke.
Julio feels strong about that, and we ain't gonna go into it right now. Julio was like, "Why the fuck you gonna bring kids in this world?
Right.
Well, I know daddy.
But
That's just
I
selfish."
get it.
And I get it. I
get
absolutely understand the explanation.
Yeah. So if
get
I
it.
was near death and I could have a bunch of, I understand.
But I don't sound like that, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I give everybody the same voice. Yeah, coming up in the next segment, another near-death experience. A Tennessee couple is charged in a shooting over a dispute of a spicy chicken sandwich at Burger King. It's Burger King, my nigga. It can't be that good. But we're going to talk about it coming up. And we are back.
Yes, sir.
Yes, a young couple basically going to jail or in jail right now
It's fucking stupid.
over shooting someone over a chicken sandwich at Burger King.
Oh, see, I took that wrong. I received that differently then. Right. When you said it or when you sent it, I guess I didn't really read the story in detail, but even when you said it right now, I thought they fought each other.
That's what I thought.
I'm thinking, they're giving a whole new meaning to, hey, baby, you want anything when I go in the store? And she say no and come back, and then she take the food kind of thing.
Tired of that
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? And he pulled out or something like that. That was in my mind. That's what happened. But no, apparently they went into Burger King and was shooting a Burger King. That's what you're saying?
They got in a fight with someone in Burger King
Got
over
it.
the new chicken
So they
sandwich.
Bonnie and Clyde it.
Absolutely, over food. And
Understand.
they're going to jail for a very long time over
It's
stupid
fucking
shit.
wow.
stupid. What are you in for? I robbed a bank. I tried to get 100 mil. What are you in for? A $2.99 chicken sandwich.
Speaking of a smarter man, in North Carolina, my state, a man was arrested for selling drugs outside of a rehab center.
That motherfucker
That's
is
a
a
genius.
genius.
I'm sorry.
Absolute
It's
genius.
genius, but it's awful. But man, is it genius.
Yeah, man. He
Supply and demand.
he didn't want to go far.
He had
So-
a solid customer base.
It's awful.
He-
Morally, it's really fucked up. But
Yeah, he stood right outside of there
and caught
and
people
made
in
it
their weak
happen.
po-
You ain't even got to work
point.
hard for them customers.
No, not at all. Literally just sit on the stoop.
We're going to keep it on the jail topic. Derek Chauvin. I watched.
Oh yeah.
I
Sorry.
was about to say.
Sorry. I was thinking basketball when you said that.
Okay, I'm
It
sorry.
came to me.
George Floyd.
Sorry. Yes. Thank you.
The guy who was found guilty,
Yeah.
second-degree murder, Derek Chauvin, was sentenced the other day. He got 22 and a half
22
years.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, I get really, in the zone when it comes to cases like that because I'm just so glued to the TV. And I watch CNN. And I get that different news channels are biased. Whatever.
Yeah.
Not my business. You can, as a human being or an adult, you have the brain to
To filter
read
through, yeah.
and figure out what's real and what's not. So when he got 22 and a half years and the lady says, oh, he's going to do 15 years. And I was like, what? Excuse me? And he was like, yeah, you got to do a third of your time is what you have to do.
And he has time served. So does that take away
Well,
from the
time served is
22
only
or
like
no?
6 weeks.
You got a couple days.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Okay.
He was out of jail until he was found guilty.
Oh, okay.
And he's
You're
been
right.
in there for the
You're right, you're right.
it was a 6 week period
Yeah.
to your sentencing. So yes, he got time served for that. It's unfortunate, but I did talk to a friend of mine who does bail bond work back home, and he was saying to me for second degree murder, even if he does 15 years, he said that's pretty damn good for second degree murder. He was like, there's people who do 5 years for second degree murder
wow.
sometimes.
In that
'Cause-
state, is what you're saying.
in the state of North Carolina.
Okay.
But even when I was Googling like the time for the state of Minnesota, and even there, because the lady was saying a lot of times if a person has no background, like of
no criminal history.
no criminal history, they would get the lighter sentence up 15 years, and you would do a third of that.
Oh, and that's the 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's 5 of 15, but it would be something less than 10, I would say. And for me, I feel like now that I've heard that,
That's not enough.
it's not, to me, it's still not enough, but it's one of those situations where it's like, what was your alternative? Like, I would have to ask you that. Like, what were you going to do? Charge him with first degree murder, which probably would have been much harder to
Prosecute? You think so?
Yeah.
It had to be.
So
If-
so I guess I don't know the definition. What's first degree? What separates the two? What's the difference exactly?
in the one that gets the more time and less time.
right. So what's the significant or what's the? if I'm
They
being
they
charged-
said it. They said for you to get the like 30 years or the higher end of the second degree murder, it would have to be like
intent to kill.
Not even intent to kill. It would have to be. They gave an example of hit and run. Like if you drive by in a drive-by shooting, like you went there, like you said, intending to murder that person.
Okay.
Versus you killing someone. It's not even just premeditated. It was more like just intent. Like you killed someone in cold blood versus you might have lost your shit and you killed them like just for a moment, and you're gonna see the light of day again one day if you're young enough. You are. Versus nigga, you gonna be in there forever. And when I was reading the notes, because I didn't watch the trial like every day as it was happening.
Yeah, it was long.
It was very long. I had other shit to do. And I get that people wanted to march. That's cool. Some people had to work.
They're gonna document. Their lifetime is on it. I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But when I looked at it, that would like his charges were an upgrade for the initial charges they wanted to get.
Right.
They were just manslaughter.
Yeah.
Which I know for a fact, most places you go, the max on manslaughter is like 10 years. Mm-hmm. So he probably would have served 2 years in jail.
That's insane.
If that would have been if they would have stayed with manslaughter, he probably would have done all of 2 years.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Did you see what they did to his statue, George Floyd?
Yeah, but that's because even as Derek Chauvin's attorney stated, there's just as many people who believe him and is on his side that are against him. Yeah. It's just, those are what I call silent partners. Like, they'll throw him some money just to be in support of him.
They're not going to publicly say anything.
Yeah, they probably won't. And he's an officer. A lot of times what people believe, when you're an officer, you've served your city for 19 years. And looking at the video, you don't get no passes with me, like just looking at the video. Like, I don't give a damn how many years you serve.
Of what happened.
Yeah, for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. I don't like.
Very long time.
You would have to tell me or prove to me that you just snapped and lost your shit and you got some type of mental.
But even that, 9 minutes of a spasm,
yes,
you know?
Absolutely. I want to know what y'all think about the other three officers and what will become of, like, what will happen with them.
What are their charges, the other three officers?
I don't think that they're second degree murder, but I could be wrong. I'll Google it.
And one is Oriental, right? One is Hispanic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other one is a white man or a black dude.
They cover the range. They cover the spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They won't get the charges, whatever it is. I don't even know what it is before he even pulls it up. It's not as serious.
As intense.
They're gonna get some time, and just like with Chauvin, you're not gonna feel it's enough. Whatever it is, they'll probably walk away with 5.
I was gonna say I think they're gonna get if any very little a couple years if that, and
5
I don't think
2.
Exactly, and I don't even think they're gonna do that.
They said the charges is Thomas Lane, Jay Kung, and Tu Tao, which means it sounds like two Asian guys, but
yes, two Asian guys and a white guy.
Have trial August 23rd, and their charges are aiding and abetting both murder and manslaughter. Yeah, and I don't know what that carries, but it's probably no more than 10 years.
It's nothing actually. No, it's less than that.
Really?
Yes.
So you're like a person who stood while the other person, like you rode in the car.
Right. So as long as you can prove, so as long as you can prove you didn't have intent or you didn't have any knowledge of, their defense is going to be, well, you could have prevented, and why didn't you prevent? That's going to be their argument. So that's what they have to prove. Well, I didn't know, or he didn't, or whatever it is that their argument's going to be. But that's what they're trying to prove. You should have stopped this, or you had intent. You know what the hell was going on.
What would your excuse be if someone asked you that and you were in their case, Julio?
Like, why didn't you stop him?
There's no excuse for it. I was.
You're going to jail, Julio.
No. What I'm saying is, there's no excuse for what they did. There's not.
No, I get that part, but I'm saying to you, if
as
you
one
were
of the three
in that
officers,
position, what would your excuse be?
I'm a human being. I don't have those type of problems. I would have fucking pushed him off. I can't do it, bro. I don't have them type of.
Well, let me tell you,
I wonder, was he of the 4 officers? Was he like he wasn't a lieutenant? He didn't have any higher rank than all the other men.
I think, but he might not have had higher rank. think, but I know for a fact he had more time in than all of them.
Yeah, so with that
like
being
the one
said,
guy hadn't been on the job for a couple of weeks.
Right. So what can you say? You get what I'm saying? So like I understand, although it's fucked up altogether,
Yeah.
but I can understand being one of those three men kind of being in a situation where it's like, I don't want to cross any lines. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know all the way what's going on with George Floyd as far as his physical nature because it's just visual. You don't know that, he's suffering in this moment like that. Or that is life or death. But if this man that's been on the field or in this field for X amount of years and I'm brand new, you know what I'm saying? It would take a lot of balls for me to even push him off. Although that probably would have saved him and I'd have been a hero and all that great shit. But in that moment, are you really thinking like that? I don't even think they thought it was going to be like this. I didn't think that man, I'm sure none of them thought that man was going to die. So let alone having to defend him. I'm pretty sure if in the back of their mind they knew that this man was seconds from losing the last breath that he had, then they would have done something. I'm almost sure of that. I would hope so at least.
I don't believe that shit.
I would hope so.
I just don't believe they thought it would go this far for them. I don't think they would have been.
I really don't think those three men knew that man was suffering in those. I mean, he was suffering, he was hurting, but I don't think that they knew that it was going to result into death. I just don't.
Yeah, I actually don't even think Derek Chauvin knew it. I don't.
No, I don't.
He stood there chilling.
But he
on
knew.
him.
He knew. I don't know how to explain it. He had the ability to get off of him.
Yes.
Where I can't force you or make you do anything that I want you to do, but I'm not looking. I don't see the physical damage that you're causing. At least
It's
I can't
internal.
feel that. Yes. Yeah. So I'm seeing it, but I don't have the effects like you would necessarily have the effects of it. That's what I'm saying.
It's unfortunate, and his daughter will never see her father again.
Super unfortunate.
It was pretty sad to see her talk on video in court. And it was definitely re-rehearsed questions and
absolutely.
answers, or re-rehearsed answers that she gave, clearly, because what was she, 6 or 7?
6 years old, yeah.
6 years old.
But there's so many moving parts to that story as far as not even, people that have been affected are not even part of the family, like the clerk himself, the store owner himself, those people, the young lady that recorded it, she was, 19 years old? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's having flashbacks. She can't sleep at night. So there's people that are affected by this story that are not related. So imagine what the family's going through, and then to have my brother or my son's statue vandalized, like his life was taken. How dare you vandalize that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can only imagine the backlash and the things that they're going through emotionally and mentally. And again, people that are outside of the family that are super affected by it. So overall, it's just not something that we're ever going to forget, ever.
Yeah, 22 and a half years, Derek Chauvin. The other guys, I don't really know that I hold them super to the same
accountable. Yeah, I agree.
Accountability as him. I do agree. Yes, you could have been a rogue cop and jumped out there and been like, stop.
Right.
And yes, you could have done that. Right. Honestly, not too many people are doing it.
Right.
I just don't believe
I
it.
agree.
Like, being a cop or a boy in blue or whatever, girl in blue, whatever you want to call it, I'm pretty sure it's a fraternity. It's a very tight knit, fraternity, and it's one of those jobs you probably have to work, earn your stripes, keep your head low, stay quiet. You're all in this together, and one of those things I always think when you ever talk to a lady at the jail, who does the intake, put your information in, or you ever talk to the ladies at the child support office, all those social workers.
Of these places.
Well, I've been to those places. I'm here to tell you, and they got some of the worst fucking attitudes in the world. And someone always reminds me that those ladies probably deal with the worst of the worst kind of people on a daily basis. So it probably gives them the attitude that they have of having to deal with people who are full of shit every day, all day.
Yeah.
So for me, the cop is no different. You're risking your life, and you chose the job. Don't get me wrong. You chose the job, you chose the pay, and I'm not of the belief that, you chose the job, you chose the pay, so you shouldn't be mad about it. Plenty of people have jobs and they don't get paid enough money, and they're super unhappy, and they keep working because they have bills. Right. I get that part. But I do think that they deal with a bunch of bullshit all day, every single day. I don't think everybody is sitting in a police car eating donuts all day and ignoring calls.
Yeah.
I think that they have to answer and deal with bullshit all day, and you have to like
Filter
every
through it.
call, you have to approach different.
Yeah.
Like a lot of time, even his attorney says he sit around and thinks, hey, what if I never answered that call? What if I ignored it? What if I didn't show up for work that day?
Damn.
Like those are real questions
Yeah.
that I don't believe that he's not asking him. I do believe he probably asked himself those
Damn.
questions. Because it's like, if you've done something for 19 years, and I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, that his record of no crime in his past.
No, he has a record of that.
Bro, they
He
trying
does?
to charge him
Yeah.
with shit from 2017
Yeah,
now.
Of what?
He has a record of what is that called? When you beat on a person.
Abuse.
Assault?
Yeah,
No, as a cop, police brutality. He's had a couple of those things filed on.
I would have
him.
some of that if I was him, though. I would. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not taking an ass whooping as a cop.
But police brutality is different than what do you?
No, it's probably if you overly use your power as an officer, I'm pretty sure it's called police brutality. I'd be using my fucking baton or whatever the fuck it's called. I'm not taking ass whippings out here.
Sir,
buddy.
I just need help with my tire. He just walking
yeah.
up shopping people.
You know what?
No, bullshit.
And actually, I believe you sent the story, or one of us did, about that officer that shot that girl recently.
Which one?
Oh, she
what?
was in a car. She pulled a gun on him.
Juneth.
And he was telling her, please put it down.
could
And
hear
she
him.
opened fire, so he had to open fire. As soon as he hit her, he dropped
He
his
broke
weapon and
down to
started
his
crying.
knees.
Oh, the black guy.
And dropped
He
to
looked
his
like
knees.
he's mixed.
Yeah. And,
Dropped to his knees and immediately started crying.
I knew he didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to do that.
And
No,
see what I mean?
He didn't want to do that.
If it wasn't for those recent public cases, he probably would have did it and walked away.
Nah.
Anyway, that's our time for the day.
No, you ain't shit, CO. Absolutely not. You gotta watch that
No,
video again.
But that's my point of, that's why I say they probably deal with bullshit all day long, every day. Even, and I don't have time to talk about it right now because this is a wrap, but even the case where the young girl who was 16 years old got shot by the cop who showed up on the scene.
Oh,
and
yeah,
she
yeah,
had
yeah.
gotten jumped by those girls.
Right, and she had the knife.
I
yeah.
watched the video,
Right,
my nigga.
right,
If
right,
I
right.
walk up, even if she just lost her shit and snapped and she started
still had a
throwing
weapon.
people around, he walked up and all he saw was a knife in her left hand and her reach back.
Reaching, yeah.
And she was about to poke her ass. And that's all he had to go off
Yeah,
of.
I
And
understand.
it's unfortunate. And I do think that if they showed up to that house and you showed up with the intentions to fight her, you don't walk away free. Like, a woman died in this situation
Yeah.
of a fight that you all started.
Yeah.
Yes, it's unfortunate that she had to die. But somebody else got to go to jail.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
it ain't
Yeah.
oh, you walked away. Like, no, nigga, you showed up to fight. There's charges to
Yeah,
come.
at this point,
That's what
right.
I believe should come of that. But anyway, that's our time for the day, y'all. That's enough about jail. Making me nervous. Anyway, that's our time for the day, y'all. Tip, let them know they can find you on Instagram.
Yes.
And find all of us on Instagram, since I can't find all of us on Instagram.
So first, let's go ahead and follow the IG page, podcast IG. That is the_CO_show_podcast. Please. And you can follow me on IG at Tiffany Felicia No. That's TIFFANY FELICIANO.
Damn, that's long. That really is long though.
It is, and guess what?
You love it. So that's all that matters. You can find me at JULIOATL_.
That's even shorter than mine. You can find me at the.co.show. Again, that's at the.co.show. And I don't know GG's, but we're going to put it on the bottom of the screen right now. And we out.